I am Lee, and I'm happy with my smile.
And I'm other Lee, and I ain't happy with my smile.
I went to White, Greer, and Maggard, and they fixed my smile for me.
And I never smile, and that's why I'm having some alone time here at dinner.
I love that I can go to White, Greer, and Maggard with all my questions.
And I love that I don't have to brush my teeth at night.
Don't be like this, me. Go to White, Greer, and Maggard for a picture-perfect smile.
At Central Bank, we like to call ourselves your friendly neighborhood financial experts because we get to help an entire community of customers achieve their financial dreams. So whether you're opening a checking account or buying your first home, you've got a team of local experts to coach you all the way.
Wow.
See what 70 years of experience can do for your financial future with Central Bank.
How many times are you going to drive off with those things?
Official bank of UK Athletics.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh, not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins for a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. And, well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
Visit us today at one of our 6 Lexington area locations.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S Sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Good evening from Lafayette High School in Lexington, Kentucky. It's the final of 4 here on this Memorial Day for the 11th Region Baseball Tournament. A lot of action today. As you came on the air, you saw a veteran of the United States Naval Services. Jerry Flowers is his name, and we've had guys throw out that have had some affiliation and have served overseas at times during the course. And one of them, which I didn't know, I've known him a while, but Chuck Morgan over at Tate's Creek.
Chuck Crawford.
Chuck Crawford, Chuck Crawford.
With Rainmaker Advertising, yeah. He was a gunner sergeant. I didn't know that. And matter of fact, William and I just talked to him on the way back from a break. And he does a great job coaching. He's going to coach summer ball this year. Really good friends with Dom Fusey. They were longtime compatriots over at Tate's Creek on the staff over there. So Chuck, a great guy. And we've got Western Hills and Madison Southern, this one, Darren Douglas, and the 4th game of a quadruple header here today. We've had them all, and we'll have the semifinals tomorrow night. It'll be Lexington Catholic taking on Scott County at 6. I'll have the call of that with Darren and William. And then at 8:30 tomorrow night, it'll be the 2nd game. Henry Clay will take on the winner here. We'll have the championship game on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. And we're thinking Dom Fusey might be able to join us for that one, a great Hall of Famer. Went into the KHSA Hall of Fame earlier this year.
Yeah, we want to tell everybody, too, if Dom is here, if Coach Fusey's here, they might want to turn their volume up a little bit when he's talking.
Right.
And turn it down. So have your finger on the volume knob when Gary and I are talking where it's down. and Coach Fusey, who very quiet off the field, but when he was a competitor and a coach, extremely vocal. You could hear him if you're a player or an umpire. So real quickly, we look at the center of the field. Landon Arflack, the right-hander for Western Hills, a tall one, looks about 6'2", 6'3", maybe, Gary, but a little bit on the lean side, maybe go about 190.
Throws hard, and he's out. He's got the ball tonight in a regional tournament. And Madison Southern, did we give their lineup yet?
I can do it real quickly here. Leading off is their pitcher, Easton Schaus. The shortstop, Ty Schatt, will bat second. Third place hitter will be Alec Rogers, the left fielder. The cleanup man is first base, Dalton Gregory. The catcher, Austin Adams, will bat fifth. Batting sixth and playing third base is Zach Moore. Batting seventh, Chase Robinson, the right fielder. The second baseman is Justin Joseph Hensley. He'll bat eighth, and batting ninth and playing center field, Michael Atkinson. So very interesting ball game here. Madison Southern, of course, the 44th. They do not seed their district. They play each other, kind of go through all that. And the 41st, the district champions, the Wolverines of Western Hills, knocking off Franklin County in the finals after knocking off Frankfort in the first game over there. And I believe that was a 10-3 score, I believe, Western Hills over Franklin County. So here we go. First pitch, Arflack facing his opponent on the mound tonight, Easton Schaus. The first pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Now I can tell right off the bat I'm going to like this umpire because he's going to tell us what the call is.
You can hear him.
Yes, sir.
You like those kind of umpires. So nothing in one. Arflack to Schaus in the dirt. And the catcher for Western Hills might be their best player, Jesse Howard. You don't run on him because he has a great arm, a very good receiver behind the plate for Coach Drew Chisholm. This one fouled into the netting to the right of the plate.
You might be right, but getting a lot of attention from some colleges is the shortstop Thomas Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett's what we would call the head of the snake. He's the guy he's the leadoff man. He sets the table for his ball club. He's the energy guy. He's the rah-rah guy.
Yes,
he's
sir.
the leader. Hey.
You know, Arflack coming with some nice pitches in on the hands of Schaus, and he's fouled them off here. But I'll tell you what, some good pitches coming here by Landon Arflack, the right-hander for Western Hills, here starting the ball game of the quadruple header. Winners earlier today, Lexington Catholic, Scott County, and Henry Clay.
Breaking pitch. Strike. Boy, wow. Must have been high because Howard didn't move, set up on the outside corner, and Arflack hit the target. Only thing I can think of is it crossed high in the strike zone. 2-2. Pretty good looking breaking pitch, too, from Arflack. This one lined into the right field. Right fielder's tracking, then backpedals. That is Emberton out there, and one gone.
Emberton did a nice job on that baseball. As soon as it was hit, instinctively you going to run in case it's hit short, but he really read that ball well off the bat of Schaus and went back on the ball, made 3 steps out there in the right field. Nice catch out there by Emberton, 1 out.
Every coach will tell you it's easier to come in on a ball than go back, so your first step should be back. And a fastball just outside. Emberton.
Spoken like a coach over there, Darren Douglas. I know you coached with a good friend of mine back in the day, Jim Spears.
Good friend of both of ours, yeah, Jim Spears. And he's been listening to broadcasts that we've done all year, and he said, I wish you and Gary would grow up.
Well, tell him that's never going to happen. Never. So he's known us a long time. And
well, he said that with a huge smile on his face, knowing what the answer would be.
Yeah, well, knowing that we have a lot of fun.
Bingo.
You got to have fun with what you do. You know what? If you can't have fun with what you do, then you're doing the wrong business.
Yep. Ty Schatt, the batter, and he takes another strike. So after falling behind with a first pitch ball, a fastball on the outside corner, and then a breaking pitch on the outside corner, and Arflack looks like he's straight over the top, Gary, with his delivery.
Absolutely.
High with the ball, fastball.
I like his command out there on the mound, too. He just really looks like he's, in control.
Fun. Easy to play behind, too, because he's working quickly. Now, it may change when he gets a runner on. We'll see.
We're halfway serious right now. Didn't Jim notice that?
Probably not. Two swung on and missed.
Well, of course, Jim Spears, longtime car dealer of mine with CarSmart for probably over a decade, and then he retired from the car business a few years ago. Now, of course, Sutherland Chevrolet, Don Gabbard, Sutherland Chevrolet, helping me out with the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week on the Scholastic Ball Report.
Yeah, and, of course, most people that retire that will go to Florida, not Jim. and Navita. They stayed here.
Yep, great family.
Yep.
Tony, Todd, shout out to all of them. I know they're probably watching and listening to some of this ball game. Look at that picture. I mean, even though it's pretty dark here, the lights are on, you can see got a great shot there behind home plate just off to the right.
Fastball in the inside corner, called strike to the third place hitter, the left fielder, Alec Rogers. This one is grounded down the first base
I think
line.
this young man might be the first player in the history of baseball to wear 00 and big double zeros.
Yeah. Well, Al Oliver wore 0.
Well, Al Oliver was a 0.
Yeah. Pretty decent player,
Yeah,
but of course he had everybody
I'm
around
just
him,
kidding,
though.
for all those Pirates fans.
Yeah, you just made a whole bunch
No,
of enemies.
Al Oliver was a great player. I jest.
The 0-2, boy.
Can't you even joke anymore?
No,
Can anybody take a joke
no,
anymore?
They can't. They can't.
Did the Kardashians start all that? I mean, because they're a joke.
Get
a job.
That's a 5-ring circus.
Get a job.
That's a 5-ring circus over
Have any
there.
of the Kardashians ever had a real job?
The 1-2 swung on and missed, and an easy 1-2-3 inning for Arflack and the Wolverines. He gets 2 strikeouts in the top of the first inning. We're through a half inning of play here. Madison Southern, no score. Western Hills coming to bat on the White, Greer, and Maggard Baseball 11th Region Tournament Game of the Week.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
Introducing Too Legit, the game's first ever 4-piece bat, designed specifically to achieve the optimum performance level. The technology has been deemed 2 by 4 logic, a patent-pending design detailing a double barrel and 4-piece construction, creating greater distance and more flex than any of its predecessors. Considering an average batter's swing speed between the ages of 10 and 17 is 46.5 miles per hour. When the ball makes contact with the outside barrel, it compresses the composite material inward, starting the trampoline effect, launching the ball back out.
Back to Lafayette High School, and we should say the second oldest high school in Lexington. And this field's seen a ton of baseball over the years. Darren
Some
Douglas,
great
Gary
baseball.
Ball, Willie Moorfield.
Yeah, some great baseball.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm telling you. In the last 40 years, they've had 2 coaches. Steve Chandler and Chris Langston.
Yep. Steady.
Yep. Pitch on the outside corner, a strike from Easton Schaus, the Eagle right-hander.
They call that consistency.
Yep, and the leadoff man for Western Hills is Thomas Bennett, the shortstop.
He's got some pop.
This is the table setter.
Bennett's had multiple games this year where he's hit multiple home runs. How about that for the leadoff hitter?
Pretty good. And again, that's what I said. He's the leader. He's the, of course, I got a funny look from William when I said he's the head of the snake. But how do you kill a snake? You have to keep that head off of you, because most snakes that are dangerous, they like to bite. So this is the guy you got to keep off the bases right here.
Said on the news today when somebody got bit by a snake, don't bother a snake. He won't bother you if you don't bother him.
Yeah, most rattlesnakes are scared of you. Is what I've heard.
I think somebody got bitten at the Red River Gorge, maybe?
2-2, yeah, maybe, or Natural Bridge.
Somewhere down there.
A lot of those areas like that.
A lot of people hiking this time of year.
And that's why you wear boots, and you should wear high boots. Swing and a miss. So a nice start for Easton Schaus and the Eagles. A strikeout of the leadoff man, Thomas Bennett. Now, you dodged that first hurdle, though, but here's a guy that, if Bennett's having an off night, seems to pick up the pace, and Parker Jackson. So they complement each other as the 1 and 2 hitters.
And normally your best hitter you put in that 3-hole, Jesse Howard, the catcher, and he's on deck for Western Hills. No score here in the first.
So the first pitch is a breaking pitch high.
That's what he came with Bennett to get Bennett, was with that breaking ball.
Actually, that was a different one. That looked like a slider there from Schaus. The other one looked like a curveball.
Appreciate all the great work that the King of Stream does, William Moorfield, making these games look and sound so good.
The 1-0. And that was the old 58-foot curveball.
Yes. You need a couple more feet on that one, don't you?
A couple more feet.
It's 60 feet from the mound to the plate.
In the immortal words of Bob Uecker, it was a little bit outside.
Just a little.
Yeah. 2-0 to the number 2 hitter for the Wolverines, Parker Jackson. Jesse Howard, the catcher for the Wolverines, on deck. And look out. He almost got picked off in the on-deck circle. That ball went whizzing right by his head.
Jesse Howard said, hey, I'm the catcher, but
well,
I don't have all my equipment on yet.
The first thing he did was look over at Jackson with both arms going, hey, we're wearing the same color uniform.
Same team, brother.
Yeah. 2 balls, 1 strike. This one chopped to the left of the mound.
That's
Schaus
gonna be
off.
trouble.
Good field. Nice job of fielding the
Wow.
ball.
That
Tell you
was
what.
Terrific play.
If you can be as good a pitcher, you can throw strikes, you can get strikeouts when needed, you can get the ground ball when you need, but you can't field your position, you might as well forget it.
And he definitely fielded his position, man. He pounced off that rubber toward the third base side, pirouetted, made a perfect strike over to his first baseman over there. What is that, Gregory?
Yes. And you know what?
Two outs.
If he plays the field, I believe when he's not pitching, I think he plays shortstop. So you know he's got some range. So 2 gone on the nice play by the pitcher, Easton Schaus. Standing in now, Jesse Howard, the backstop, the catcher, the hard hit guy, just a blue collar guy. Brings his lunch pail to work every day, Coach Drew Chisholm says, and just works hard.
Thanks to Seth Knight for sitting in on that last ball game that was won by Henry Clay. That surprised you? Henry Clay beat Lafayette 4-1 at Lafayette?
Not really. Not really. You know, that's an old 42nd district rivalry. Now they've moved it to the 43rd. I'm sorry, it's the 43rd district. And they've been long-time rivals as the pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes now to Howard.
I'm going to get back to that play by Schaus coming off.
If he doesn't make that, that's an infield hit.
Goodness gracious. He really jumped off that mound, didn't he? Made a perfect spin and throw to first base.
I mean, the third baseman, Moore, was deep. He couldn't have gotten to it, and the shortstop was deep. So, of course, they're giving respect to Howard, a dead pull hitter. And Schaus staying low and away. And if you're going to miss with Howard, who's got power, you're going to miss, and you're going to miss down. You don't want to miss up and leave it out over the plate. You don't want him to have his arms extended. The 3-0. Pretty good pitch on 3-0 from Schaus.
Right on the outside corner.
At the knees.
At the knees.
Yeah.
3 balls and 1 strike.
So if Howard was going to hit the ball, he was going to hit it. Are you showing that now?
No, we just got the.
Oh, we just got it here. Oh, okay. Wow, I was going to say, if we got that capability, look out.
That's right.
The 3-1, a breaking pitch, shows you respect Schaus has for Howard. He got away with 1 fastball that he left up a little bit, but it was right about the top of the knees. And we're going to get a courtesy runner for Western Hills. Looks like number 18. Is that who it is? It is Wandale Robinson. Number 18 will be the courtesy runner for the catcher, Jesse Howard. And theoretically, it is a speed-up rule, but we don't want to offend catchers and especially their mothers. So in the rule book, it's written down as a courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner, yeah. 2 outs.
They'll throw over to first, runner back. And the thing you learn as long as we've been around this game, Gary, keep mamas happy.
Mama's happy, everybody's happy. We all know that,
especially
don't we?
in this game. And when we're broadcasting, it's just like, I won't compare it to marriage, but it's close. Because we've had some mamas approach us after games or during games.
And be upset.
A ball, no strikes to the pitcher, Landon Arflack. A-R-F-L-A-C-K.
Yeah, it makes me think of that duck. Somebody did that, and that's what I was thinking. Arflack.
That was our good buddy right here down below us.
William Moorfield.
The
guy downstairs.
Oh. He said that? That wasn't you? Oh, well.
2 outs.
Nice guess if you don't see him. They'll throw back, and they had him leaning. If the throw was down, it'd have been interesting over at first base.
I tell you, Schaus
got a good move.
Has an excellent move to first base.
Got a really nice move.
4th ball game. We've been on the air since 11 o'clock this morning.
What, about 10 till, really? It's been a long time. Arflack trying to drop a bunt down the third baseline. He had Moore playing back on the outfield grass at third.
Tomorrow night at 6, it'll be Scott County Lexington Catholic. And then after that, at about 8:15, 8:30, it'll be Henry Clay against the winner here, Western Hills and Madison Southern. Final Four championship Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. All that action right here on PrepSpin.
It'll be real interesting, those matchups. I look forward really to that first matchup. Depends on the emotional and mental. Boy, they had him leaning and got him.
Got him.
They had him leaning. He looked like he was running, and Arflack has the bat taken out of his hand with a chance to really do some damage and get maybe Western Hills on the board with anything in the gap because Robinson can run. But he was leaning, got picked off, inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors. There were none left. We're through 1 complete here in Lexington of game number 4 of the day on Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to all our veterans, and we appreciate all the ones still serving today to give us the chance to do this. It's 0-0 on the White Greer Maggard baseball game of the week.
My team is made up of guards and forwards.
Offense and defense.
All working together as a unit.
One mission, one goal.
But no matter how high we're ranked,
no matter what the results,
there's one team we'll never beat.
The sports medicine team at UK Healthcare. The top sports medicine physicians, surgeons, and athletic trainers you'll find anywhere, you'll find here.
When it comes to orthopedic care,
I wouldn't send my team anywhere else.
You're looking at Lafayette High School in the background to the upper left-hand corner of your screen, whether it be your listening device of any type, your iPhone, whatever you've got, whatever. Go ahead, King of Stream. Tell me what all you can listen to on there.
Any streaming device.
Any streaming device, he says.
Connected to the internet.
He says any
streaming device. So it'll be Gregory, Adams, and Moore for Madison Southern here in the second inning. No score, but what a pickoff move we had in that last inning by Schaus.
Yeah, he picked off Wandale Robinson, who can fly. And he looked like he was probably running, and he took that right foot, pointed that toe at second base, and that was all it took.
Robinson played football in that Western Hills football team?
I think so. And I think he's a cousin to the Robinsons from Franklin County. Ronnie and Dale Robinson.
Who?
Ronnie and Dale Robinson. Okay, I don't know what's going on over next to me, but I'm going to. First pitch swinging is the first baseman, Dalton Gregory, lifts it into the air, and the center fielder for Western Hills, Tyler Anglin, never moved out of his tracks.
Didn't have to.
Pretty good positioning there.
So Gregory flies out to center, brings up Austin Adams here, the catcher, number 5 hole hitter for Southern. No score here in the second inning between Western Hills and Madison Southern.
You know, if you were a pitcher, if you're Coach Drew Chisholm, you want to see as many first pitch swinging from Madison Southern as you can. Keep Arflack's pitch count down so he may be available should they advance to Wednesday night.
They started with a great game between Catholic and their 6-5 win over Madison Central. You know, that William and I were talking about that before that game. That easily could have been a regional championship game.
Easily.
With those two teams, both in the top 10 in the state.
How many times, though, Gary, since we've been doing this, is the ball and a strike now to Adams, how many times over the years have we said that a lot of these first-round matchups, quarterfinal matchups, could be region tournament finals, and if they were in opposite regions, it could be a state tournament first-round game.
And, of course,
many times
Catholic will play Scott County tomorrow night in the first Final Four game. That'll be a good one, and Henry Clay's punched their ticket.
Yeah, and we haven't had any major upsets here. Maybe the Catholic win over Central, a minor
Mild
one,
upset.
you know. But maybe the biggest upset of the day, even though the program swung on a foul tipped into the mid of Howard, evens the count 2-2, might be Male Trinity.
Yeah, shut them out, 3-0.
3-0, Male over Trinity, even though Male has a rich history in baseball and with most sports at Male, as far as the Male side. Strike 3 call on the outside corner. Nice looking hook.
Yeah, and I don't know what Adams was waiting for, the catcher, looking at that pitch. I mean, when you've got 2 strikes, I mean, you got to protect that plate.
I think he was looking fastball.
Well, still, when you got 2 strikes, you got to protect the plate no matter what the pitch is.
I agree. Well, but you've got to adjust to the curveball. Even though you may gear it up for the fastball, you got to adjust to the breaking pitch. So 2 gone. Strikeout number 3 already for our flag. Fastball, outside corner at the knees, a strike.
And, you know, he's loving that outside corner now to these right-handed hitters. 2 outs. He just struck out Adams. He's got Gregory to fly out to center field.
This is the third baseman, Zach Moore, for the Eagles of Madison Southern. Swing and a miss.
And he
It's
came
hard to
with the
believe.
high heat.
Isn't that school 25 years old already? Or maybe not even that old yet.
Western Hills?
Oh, Southern.
Madison Southern. Yeah, because, you know, you've had Berea over there for a long time. Madison Central for a long time. Used to be Madison County High School.
Yeah, or Richmond Madison. There was
Madison.
Madison Central, and you had Madison. Pitch. Boy, everybody from Western Hills was headed to the dugout.
Southern is down more by, of course, they had that running back, Damian Harris, last year that was one of the best, probably the best running back, now playing at Alabama.
The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2 to Zach Moore.
So when they split up Jessamine schools in '98.
And here's the rub. When Western Hills came into existence, it was 81-82. Okay? They put him in the 41st. Guess who was in the 41st district before that? Lexington Catholic.
Lexington Catholic. Here comes.
How about that one?
Coach Knight back
Strike
with
3
us.
call on the back side of the outside corner. Your backup curveball. And 4 strikeouts. 2 swinging, 2 looking for our flag. We head to the bottom of the second inning here in Lexington. No score between Madison Southern and Western Hills. Back with more 11th Region Tournament Baseball on PrepSpin.com.
My team is made up of guards and forwards,
Offense and defense.
all working together as a unit.
One mission, one goal.
But no matter how high we're ranked,
No matter what the results,
there's one team we'll never beat.
The sports medicine team at UK Healthcare. The top sports medicine physicians, surgeons, and athletic trainers you'll find anywhere, you'll find here.
when it comes to orthopedic care,
I wouldn't send my team anywhere else.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile.
Back to Lafayette High School. It'll be the pitcher, Landon Arflack, who was at the plate when Robinson got picked off of first base, and Coach Seth Knight joins us. And, Coach, I don't know how many people we've seen picked off today in the 4 games, but it's probably approaching double figures.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a byproduct of bad base running or good pickoff moves or a little bit of both.
I would say probably the latter. Ground ball hit hard to the second baseman. And 1 pitch, 1 out as Hensley disposes of Arflack. And I was mentioning, Coach, either one of these squads would look, their head coaches would be happy with a lot of first pitch swings from their opponents' batting orders. And both pitchers have retired the leadoff hitter in their respective half of the inning on first pitch swings.
Yeah, especially in a tournament like this, you want to keep that pitch count down so you don't have to run through 2 or 3 pitchers in the first game in case you do win. Go into that second game kind of shorthanded.
And possibly, depending on the score, you keep your pitch count and your innings down to where maybe they can make an appearance in Wednesday night's championship game if they get there.
Right, absolutely.
Pitch was high to the third baseman, Luke Wheatley, who is probably the second best pitcher for this Western Hills team. He won't wow you with his speed, but he'll wow you with control and pinpoint accuracy and changing speeds big time.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he's come a long way. You know, he was freshman, sophomore when I was still in the Hills program, and he's improved every year as a baseball player, and it's showing.
Yeah, I call him those wow athletes. He doesn't wow you with it. He's just solid.
Absolutely. And Western Hills has a lot of guys like that.
Again, Hensley with an opportunity, and there's 2 men out as he fields it flawlessly. As opposed to the first 3 games, we have seen some pretty good fielding from both teams. Of course, we've had 4 of the 6 outs recorded by Western Hills on strikeouts by our flag, but errors have played huge factors in some of the outcomes in the earlier game, especially game number 1, Catholic and Madison Central.
Yeah, you don't typically see errors like that from Madison Central and Lexington Catholic, and that game was
I think it was 9 errors combined.
Yeah, that game was not a defensive gym by any means, and it was a fun game to watch. It was exciting and brought the drama early in the morning, but it wasn't the best of baseball games in terms of a fundamental standpoint.
I was going to say, neither coach happy about their fielding and throwing. Pitch is low and away. 2-0 now to Logan Etherington, the designated hitter for Coach Drew Chisholm. And I'm going to date myself, guys. Drew Chisholm, I held him when he was 6 months old. I feel old, guys. Pitch away, a ball. When he was 6 months old, and I knew that was coming. Golly, I teed it up, and William hit the dinger. Hit it right out of the park. 3 balls, no strikes now to Etherington. Pitch right down the middle of the strike, fastball. Coach, Etherington's got some power. Would you let him fly at 3-0 this early in the ball game?
Probably not this early.
Just depends. Swing and a miss. Nice job. That looked like a changeup that may have not come out of the hand properly of Schaus.
Yeah, he doesn't throw a whole lot of pitches straight. He uses the curveball a lot from what I've seen early in the game. Uses the changeup.
Yeah. He's got a good one, too, a fairly good one. You don't see it. Swing on and missed. Foul tipped into the mitt, and the catcher Adams forgot, hey, there's 2 outs. Good news was his third baseman was still down there.
Yeah, just trying to get some extra work in.
1-2-3 inning. Both pitchers rolling through their respective orders. We're through 2 innings. No score. Gary Ball will bring you through inning 3 and 4. Easy for me to say. Back with more here at Lafayette, the 11th Region Baseball Tournament on PrepSpin.com.
Introducing Too Legit, the game's first ever 4-piece bat, designed specifically to achieve the optimum performance level. The technology has been deemed 2 by 4 logic, a patent-pending design detailing a double barrel and 4-piece construction, creating greater distance and more flex than any of its predecessors. Considering an average batter's swing speed between the ages of 10 and 17 is 46.5 miles per hour. When the ball makes contact with the outside barrel, it compresses the composite material inward, starting the trampoline effect, launching the ball back out. Compared to a traditional bat, the Too Legit's outer barrel is thinner and highly reactive, allowing the barrel to compress 17% farther than before. As the ball compresses the outer barrel, the inner barrel acts as a governor, keeping the batted ball speed from exceeding the legal limits. Hits from a traditional bat can result in uncomfortable vibration transferred to a hitter's hands.
Robinson leading off the third inning here, no score, facing our flag, and he tries to hit that outside corner again, Coach. He's going to that outside corner quite often.
He is. He's looking good so far, throwing a fastball for a strike, and once again just improved tremendously from the time I had him when he was a freshman and sophomore, and bigger and stronger.
Has 4 strikeouts, and that's, well, we can actually see the numbers out there. It's so cool to be able to see the numbers on the scoreboard out here, guys. After
first time all day.
Yeah, 1 ball, 1 strike, with Hensley on deck, the second baseman, who made a couple nice plays. That ball is going to be a call strike on the outside corner. Arflack really bringing it now. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Robinson leading off the third here in a scoreless ball game. Gary Ball, Seth Knight, William Moorfield, Darren Douglas here on PrepSpin. Here's the swing and a miss, strikes him out. Man, he came with the high heat inside that time, Coach.
Hey, doing very well right now. Challenging the hitters, that's what I like most about his performance so far.
Well, of his first 7 outs, he struck out 5 of them. It's his 5th strikeout.
Throwing strikes and a lot of them.
Hensley steps up there, the second baseman, with Atkinson on deck for Southern, facing Arflack. And swing and a miss, Arflack bringing heat here. Barton, England, and Emberton out in the outfield. Wheatley, Bennett, Jackson, and it looks like Cox at first. Howard behind the plate. Here in the 3rd inning of a scoreless game between Madison Southern as they take on Frankfort Western Hills. Arflack winds and trying to bunt his way on. Looks like he got a squared around, got a piece of it, but call strike 2 to Hensley here in the 3rd inning. No score. Lights are on here, of course, at Lafayette Stadium. Beautiful night for baseball. Great shot there from the camera and the media deck over there, William. Got the media deck, and that's going to be a pitch. Call strike 3 on the outside corner. 6 strikeouts. Just 1 hit for, no hits for both ball clubs, excuse me. All I got to do is look at the scoreboard up there. It's working now. So neither team with a hit. Brings up Atkinson. Left-handed hitter, looking at Landon Arflack, the right-hander for Western Hills. Wind to pitch and swings through that. Coach, is it getting tougher for these hitters playing under the lights now?
Probably a little bit. I mean, I think Arflack's just, pretty simple throwing it by him right now.
2 outs. Here's the pitch to Atkinson, and that's going to be a ball low. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, no score here in the 3rd inning of the 11th Region Tournament. Arflack to the belt, the wind, and the pitch, and ball low. Howard, the catcher, does a nice job back there for Western Hills. Madison Southern, Western Hills, final piece of the puzzle. 3 teams that punch their ticket to the Final Four: Lexington Catholic, Scott County, and also Henry Clay. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a call strike. Landon Arflack, from what I'm hearing from Darren Douglas, is probably considered the ace of the staff.
He threw well for him all season. Obviously one of their big offensive weapons too.
Just missed on that fastball. He got a lot of pop. I'd say he's hitting the upper 80s, wouldn't you, Coach Knight?
He's probably 84, 85, I would say.
Okay.
And he's
maybe at nighttime it's just looking faster than that under the lights. 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Trying to strike out the side here in the 3rd, and that's going to be a fastball missing outside. So he loses Atkinson on a 3-1 pitch. He gets the base on balls. Heads down after he had retired 7 in a row. Atkinson reaches first on the base on balls. Go back to the top of the order now, and Easton Schaus, the pitcher. Schaus, right-handed hitter, runner out at first base, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and he checks that one, fouls it out of play. Kind of an excuse-me check swing there. Might have been fooled by the pitch. It was kind of up high in his eyes, and he just protected the plate there with it. No balls, 1 strike. Tomorrow night, Final Four. First game at 6 o'clock. Should be a good one. Scott County, Lexington Catholic. Henry Clay will play after that against the winner here. All those games on PrepSpin. The White Greer Maggard game off and running. Catcher's going to fire down to second. Good throw. Is the tag there? Yes. And they get Atkinson. He's thrown out. What a great throw by the catcher for the 3rd out. What a great throw by the catcher, and a good tag out there at second base. So Madison Southern, no runs. They get no hits. They leave nobody on base. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd, no score with Madison Southern batting Western Hills here on the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week on PrepSpin.
My team is made up of guards and forwards.
Offense and defense.
All working together as a unit.
1 mission, 1 goal.
But no matter how high we're ranked,
no matter what the results,
there's one team we'll never beat.
The sports medicine team at UK Healthcare. The top sports medicine physicians, surgeons, and athletic trainers you'll find anywhere, you'll find here.
When it comes to orthopedic care,
I wouldn't send my team anywhere else.
I am Lee, and I'm happy with my smile.
And I'm other Lee, and I ain't happy with my smile.
I went to White, Greer, and Maggard, and they fixed my smile for me.
And I never smile, and that's why I'm having some alone time here at dinner.
I love that I can go to White, Greer, and Maggard with all my questions.
And I love that I don't have to brush my teeth at night.
Don't be like this, me. Go to White, Greer, and Maggard for a picture-perfect smile.
At Central Bank, we like to call ourselves your friendly neighborhood financial experts because we get to help an entire community of customers achieve their financial dreams. So whether you're opening a checking account or buying your first home, you've got a team of local experts to coach you all the way.
Wow.
See what 70 years of experience can do for your financial future with Central Bank.
How many times are you going to drive off with those things?
Official bank of UK Athletics.
And Cameron Barton up there looks at that breaking pitch, strike on the outside corner from Schaus. Schaus, a right-hander, in a scoreless ball game, and that's going to be a call strike too. Well, both these pitchers, Schaus and Arflack, are throwing very well tonight. Wind the pitch, and that's going to be a ball outside. Cameron Barton, a left fielder.
Runs very well, has decent pop.
Here's the pitch and breaks outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the third. No score, Western Hills and Madison Southern. Western Hills batting here in the bottom of the third inning. Southern's pitcher Schaus will wind the pitch. Ball bounding down towards second base. He charges, bobbles it, sets, throws, and on a close play, a great job there by the first baseman, Gregory, to hold on to another nice play by Hensley. 1 out. Tyler Anglin up there now, the center fielder. Nice play, easy play by Hensley. He's done a nice job at second base, Coach.
Yeah, I'm a little partial to him. He plays for me in the summer.
Here's the swing, got a piece of it off the bat of Anglin with on deck in the on deck circle there is Emberton. Making sure I'm saying that name right. There's been a lot of different kind of names tonight in this game with pronunciations, but first time we've seen a lot of these teams here this year. I know, exactly. Talk about foreign players. They're from everywhere, aren't they? Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Cuba. 0-1 pitch with 1 out to Anglin from Schaus here in the third inning. Pitch, and that's going to be a breaking ball just high. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Schaus looking in at Adams. Here's the pitch, breaking ball to Anglin. That's going to miss high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ted Emberton on deck. Western Hills batting here in the bottom of the third, scoreless ball game. Shout out to Mike Ritchie watching up in Cincinnati and call strike. Mike said he can even see the numbers on the scoreboard now from his TV. Of course, he's got a 70-inch TV up there. He's watching it on.
TV's got better eyes than I can because I can not see that. It's still fuzzy to me.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the Schaus pitch, and swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to it. Foul tipped. Anglin got a piece of it, but a good hang there by Adams, the catcher. 2 outs here. Ted Emberton now with 2 outs. Western Hills and Madison Southern battling for the last spot in the Final Four tomorrow night. We've had all those games here today. We've been on the air broadcasting since 11 o'clock this morning, so we are approaching 9:35. So nearly 11 hours of broadcasting here coming up.
It's a long day.
Pitch and outside, but I like how they do it, Coach. The 4 games on Memorial Day, because a lot of people are off work, so they can come out and see their kids' family play, like Don Fusey said the other night. And of course, school's out now, and really pretty much everywhere in the counties around. Fayette's out.
Yeah, it's a great day of baseball.
4 big games today. Here's the pitch, high and tight. Runs Emberton off the plate a little bit, and he's 3 balls and no strikes to Ted Emberton. Batting here in the bottom of the 3rd, Western Hills and Southern. Gary Ball, Seth Knight, William Warfield, and Darren Douglas. I'll give you innings 3 and 4. Darren will be back with 5. Going to strike on the outside corner. Now, I tell you what, both these pitchers, to me, even though they've fallen behind a little bit on the count, Seth Knight, they have been able to come back and have really good control. That was a perfect pitch there by Schaus.
Yeah, they're both impressive right now, throwing a lot of strikes.
3-1, and Yep, they said ball 4. They're going to peel down the first, and he's going to say no, he did not commit. So Emberton will get the base on balls. He'll go down to first base. That'll go to the top of the order now. Thomas Bennett struck out in the first. Coach Bennett getting a lot of looks. Has he committed anywhere yet that you know of?
No, he hasn't yet. I mean, I know he's between 2 schools that are bitter rivals. I can just tell you that. Likes them both, kind of trying to decide, and he's got another summer. He's got all next year to decide. So
that breaking pitch is going to be high to Bennett. Very
good baseball player. Obviously started for me as a freshman, as an 8th grader. Started for me as an 8th grader. So by the time he's done, he's going to have played a lot of varsity baseball games.
So Bennett goes down and talks to the 3rd base coach. Pitching coach for Madison Southern comes in. We are in the bottom of the 3rd, 2 outs. Emberton just drew the base on balls. He's at first base, and Bennett is at the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. He was a strikeout victim. And looking at Schaus, he has a total of 3 strikeouts in this game.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of keeping Western Hills guys off balance and using the curveball effectively as his primary pitch, and then getting the fastball by him.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. No score here in the 3rd inning of the 11th Region Baseball Tournament at Lafayette. Beautiful night for baseball. Breaking ball misses high to Bennett, so Bennett head on the count now. Bennett's got some pop in that bat, as we said, Coach Knight. He has hit some home runs this year, had a multiple home run game earlier in the year.
Yeah, he can swing it. He's probably the most dangerous hitter in the lineup, and he's always going to go up there and give you a good at bat.
Schaus fires over to first base. Back in time is the base runner Emberton.
Just a very heady baseball player.
Good student.
Eats, sleeps, breathes the game.
Yep.
Slept in his uniform. That kind of thing.
Student of the game, and also great in the classroom there at Western Hills. Throw over to first. Baseball's something that, these kids in this area in central Kentucky, Coach Knight, they play not year-round, but what would you say, maybe 8-9 months out of the year?
Pretty close to year-round. I'd say most of them now train year-round. If they're not actually playing games in the summer, they're in the cage doing something.
Good cut by Bennett. Couldn't catch up to that fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Thomas Bennett. 0 for 1 in the game so far. Batting here in the bottom half of the 3rd. With no score. No runs, no hits, no errors for Southern. No runs, no hits, no errors for Western Hills. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's a throw back over to first. I'll tell you what, Coach, I like this big first baseman over there, big number 32. I like the way he handles himself around the first base bag over there, and he's a good-sized young man.
He's definitely a good-sized young man, that's for sure.
Gregory's his name, and just handles himself well over there at first base. 2 outs, 2 balls, 1 strike. Schaus to the belt, pitch to Bennett, and inside, and did it brush him? Yes, it did. So Bennett heads down to first base, brushed and hit by that pitch, and Emberton will stroll down to second. So runners in scoring position now for Western Hills, and that'll bring up Parker Jackson, the second baseman. He had a chopper back toward the mound in the first inning, and Schaus did a tremendous job getting to the baseball, then spun around and threw a BB over to first to nail him on a close play, because Jackson does run pretty well.
Very athletic play. Nice to see a pitcher that can field his position, get off the mound and make a play like that.
2 outs, Western Hills threatening here in the bottom half of the third against Easton Schaus. Pitch, swing and a miss. Boy, Schaus came back with a nice fastball that time to Parker Jackson, with Jesse Howard, the catcher, possibly the best catcher in this region, on deck. A lot of coaches probably wouldn't argue with that, would they, Coach?
No, not a lot. If they've seen him play, and watched him play a few games.
Breaking ball misses high.
Not as well known as some of the catchers in Lexington and surrounding counties, but he's a good defensive catcher, and his ability to throw changes a game.
And Coach Knight, we certainly appreciate all your help today, working the last ball game of tonight, and I know you'll probably be out here tomorrow night too for the Final Four.
I will. Yes, it's a wonderful time of year. Obviously, I enjoy it coming on with you guys.
Ball hit out towards second. Second baseman Field sets and throws, and does he dig it out over there? Great job by Gregory on the throw by Hensley as he throws out Jackson. So for Western Hills, again, no runs, no hits. They leave 2 men on base. As we go to the fourth, it is Western Hills nothing and Madison Southern nothing here. We'll return on the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week. White Greer Maggard Game of the Week, powered by PrepSpin.com.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
At Raising Cane's, we believe in one love. But creating one love is no simple task. Everything has to be served hot and fresh, not just hot. We use only 100% premium chicken tenderloins for a 0% chance of leftovers. We insist on the best ingredients for our fries, like potatoes. And, well, we can keep talking quality, or you can just eat it. Raising Cane's, one love.
Visit us today at one of our 6 Lexington area locations.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Your Marine Corps' way of life.
Back for the top of the fourth inning. It'll be Schaus, Schacht, and Rogers for Madison Southern, as pitcher Schaus was able to do a good job, get out of that last inning for Southern. Western Hills threatened with runners at first and second. We move to the fourth, no score. Be Schaus, the pitcher, leading off the top half of the fourth inning. Shortstop Schacht on deck, and then Rogers facing Arflack. Big right-hander who's got a lot of pop and got a lot of strikeouts in this game. He has 6 strikeouts, Coach.
Hey, he's throwing well. Like I said, just attacking the hitters, going at them, not wasting pitches.
Here's the 0-1, and that's going to be a call strike on the inside corner. Took a lot off that pitch, and it worked.
Yeah, decent breaking, decent breaking ball there. It's complimenting his fastball well. What I like the most, like I said, is he's just going right after him.
I'll finish this inning. Darren Douglas will be back with the call of inning 5. Here's the wind, the pitch. Ball found out to play well off the first base side, headed toward Darren Douglas's car over there. No, just kidding, Darren. You parked way down, didn't you? I had to call Uber and get a ride over here from my car. That's true. They said, miticize it, Darren Douglas, miticize it. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here with Schaus leading off the fourth inning. Here's the Arflack wind, the pitch, and just missed outside. Be Schaus, Schacht, and Rogers for Madison Southern. Facing Landon Arflack, right-handed pitcher for Western Hills. No score in the fourth. Arflack's wind, the pitch, bounds up there, and Howard, the catcher, blocking it. You know, Howard, is he a senior, Coach?
He is, yes.
And where's he going to college?
I think he's still undecided.
He can definitely play at the next level.
Yes, somewhere. He just has to find the right school.
Find the right spot.
Yes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Arflack rocks, fires, and a little bit low and outside. Full count now to Schaus, who's got a good eye up there. Leading off the top half of the fourth. Scoreless ball game. No score, no runs, no hits for both ball clubs. and most importantly, no errors.
Clean ball game so far. It's the
pitching duel.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of pitching, a lot of defense.
3-2 from Schaus, and he missed outside ball 4. Good at bat there by Schaus against Arflack. Arflack walks him on a 3-2 pitch, and that is the first base on balls given up by Arflack here tonight. Got a courtesy runner coming in there. Reese Barker is your courtesy runner for the. So Barker, no relation to Drew. Well, he might be. I don't know. The quarterback at Kentucky's from Connor, so I don't know.
Could be.
But Reese Barker, never know. Drew Barker, yeah. So at the dish now is Tyler Shack, and ball thrown low. Shack, he struck out in the first, was the first strikeout victim of Mr. Arflack. So courtesy run of Barker is out at first for Schaus, who drew the base on balls here to lead off the inning. No score. And Mr. Arflack, he wanted a new baseball. He said, dial me up another one, umpire. Something didn't feel right, did it, Coach?
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Get a ball and a little slick, your palm sweaty or something.
Give me something else.
Just want a new one. Start over.
I want a new one.
Not like in the major leagues where they use a new baseball every pitch.
Mm-hmm. Barker taking off at first, bunt back. So he'll have to go back as it's fouled back to the screen. Western Hills and Madison Southern here tonight, battling in the 11th Region Baseball Tournament. And the winner here will play a very good – that's going to be a tough ball game tomorrow night. Henry Clay really came to play tonight against Lafayette, 4-1 victory. Catholic will take on Scott County in the first Final Four game. Here's a high throw over to first, throws it away, goes into the dugout, and that'll allow the runner Barker go down to second base. So he threw it away, and
tough play right there, and give him second base. Now the hitter can bunt him to third. You know, they have a runner on third base with one out, and anything can happen. Then you get a ground ball or a fly ball and get a run on the board.
One run could be huge in this game,
yes, sir.
the way it's transpiring.
Absolutely.
As I said, I'll finish inning number 4. Darren Douglas will be back with number 5. We thank Coach Seth Knight for all his help tonight, keeping us straight up here in the press box.
I don't know about that. You guys do a good job.
Full-time job. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner, as Coach said, down at second now. They can bunt him down to third. And, Coach, we'll talk about it after. There, I'll tell you how many ways there are to score from third base like you don't know. Here's the pitch. Back to the screen. There are 7 different ways to score from third base.
Yes,
I'm sure you know them. Is that going to be our trivia, Mr. Douglas? No, sir. We got a trivia coming up.
It's a pretty good trivia question.
Yeah, of course, a balk is a balk. There's 7 different ways to score from third base.
All right, well, there's 7 different ways from that. You know, there's 7 colors in the rainbow, 7 musical notes. Think about it.
That's pretty good. I didn't realize the rainbow had 7 colors. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is just a top-notch trivia crew up here in the PrepSpin press box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Can't get nothing by these guys. Ball just missed inside to Schacht with Rogers on deck. Runner at second is Barker. He went down on a wild throw to first, so went into the dugout. So Barker, the courtesy runner for Schaus, is at second in scoring position. He represents the only run of this ball game against Arflack. Arflack wind in the pitch, and that's going to be a ball low. Another special listener tonight out there, Mr. Warfield. Giving shout-outs to all our listeners, and thanks to all you folks. Shoe listening tonight. Coach, I'm sure you got some friends, folks listening.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just to let me know if I mess up or anything.
Dunbar players or fans, or your wife's probably critiquing. I know every time Coach Meehan does a game with me. Of course, he's an English teacher, too. You know Mike Meehan.
Absolutely, very well.
And his wife, every time I have lunch or dinner with Lynn, she critiques Coach. She doesn't, for some reason, she doesn't, give me the what for. She critiques Coach, who's an English teacher.
Well, I think that's the wife's job most of the time.
Yes, sir, you're right. Yeah. Full count here. Let's see what Arflack does with Schacht. Runner at second. Ball chopped down towards short. Third baseman's got it. He will not have a throw, though. He gets up and realizes everybody's safe. Runners at first and third now as Barker goes down to third and Shock to second. That's going to be an infield base hit, and that's the first hit of the ball game for either club. And it comes on an infield hit by Tyler Shack, the shortstop of Madison Southern. Nice play by the third baseman, Wheatley, but, Coach, he had no play at all.
No play at all. Just hit that in the right spot. And did make a good play to stop the run from scoring, keeping it in the infield, but no play at first.
So runners at the corners now, nobody out. Arflack, you've got Shocked at first. Barker at third. Here's the pitch, and looked like scoring around would be Rogers, but right now with nobody out, Coach, runners at first and third. What do you put on here, Coach Knight?
Well, it depends a little bit on your hitter. If you're confident in the hitter's ability, you may let him swing. If you're not so confident, you may go with the safety squeeze and move that runner to second and get a run out of it possibly if the bunt's good.
We are in the last ball game of the day. We start at 11 o'clock with a thriller. Here's the pitch, misses outside, and Howard thinking about a throw down the first, but does not cock it back. And that first game was an overtime thriller, in 8 innings. Catholic pulled it off against Central 6-5, and a thriller to open up the 11th region. And then we had another good one just a while ago. Henry Clay beat Lafayette 4-1, and Scott County looked impressive in the second ball game, 8-3 over Franklin County. Here is no score in the fourth inning with Western Hills and Southern scoring around, but got a piece of it, but the catcher hustling out of there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So ahead on the count now. And if you're Rogers here, you got to be a little bit more protective at that plate, Coach Knight.
Yeah, the goal now is you change your mindset a little bit, get a choke up on the bat a little bit, spread your feet out, cut the swing down a little bit, try to put it in play.
Gary Ball, Seth Knight, the coach at Dunbar, William Moorfield, Darren Douglas. I'll finish this inning. Darren will be back with number 5. Runner off and going, swing and a miss, strikes him out, throws it, and it hit the pitcher, I believe. The ball scoots out toward third. Here's a throw to the plate, and the pitcher, I think, did get hit right square with that throw. He wasn't expecting it. Couldn't get out of the way of it as the catcher was trying to go down to second, and he hit his pitcher, and it looked like he hit him square in the jaw, Coach, from up here. We'll see if we can get another shot of that, but I'll tell you what, run came in to score, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, that's scary. Very scary.
We'll take a look at that again. There's that throw. Yikes. Yeah, it hit him in the mouth. So, and Arflack, who's been throwing well, everybody will come out.
Yeah, I see some blood down there.
Yeah, he just was not. I don't think he tried to duck to get out of the way, didn't he, Coach?
Well, it looked like the play where, the catcher throws it back to the pitcher. And I don't know if he didn't know it was on or if he got fooled or if he couldn't see it, but obviously very unfortunate.
Yeah. Howard with the throw trying to go down to second. It hit off his pitcher. Here come the trainers for Frankfort Western Hills. 1 run in for Southern. They lead 1-0. And Arflack, who has been sensational, 6 strikeouts going into this inning, Coach.
Yes, also big. If he can't stay in the game, it's a big knock to Western Hills offense. Leads them in home runs. Actually broke J.T. Riddle's single-season home run record this year. And he swings it well, and he can turn it around and change a game. So
yeah, how many's that?
He hit 9 this season.
Wow. Yeah. Arflack did?
He did.
Goodness gracious. The only one I know with more home runs than that is Shelby, the kid at Tate's Creek. I think he had 12 or 13.
Yes.
That's a lot of home runs.
Yeah, he swings the bat well.
Coach, I got to ask you, how tough was it this year as a head coach? I know you're the coach over there at Dunbar, great baseball program. With all the rain and everything, all the rainouts and rescheduling and all that went on this spring, it had to be really tough on coaches and players.
It's always pretty difficult. We hit that stretch. The beginning of the season was great. No rainouts, wasn't terribly cold, and we had that 2 or 3 week stretch where it rained almost every day. And it is tough on on coaches trying to reschedule and on players trying to get geared up to play a baseball game and then have it rained out and then try to get geared up again the next day and have it rained out again. So it's a little taxing, but everybody has to go through it. And
7 wonders of the world. We're getting all the trivia here, but Coach, we really thank you. The great job you do at Dunbar with the young men over there. We were out at your place, William and I, back. I think it was in April. We did a game out there at Dunbar, and you guys were always so nice to us out there, and of course working with us throughout the tournament here and the broadcast. And it's just great for us guys to have people with your knowledge up here helping us call these 11th region tournament games. And we always reach out to coaches to sit in with us. Dom Fusey sat in with us at the 43rd District. He'll probably be back with us Wednesday night for the championship. He had to take his son Jordan, who played for Sanford, to Virginia for summer ball today, so he'll be back sometime tomorrow night. Dom will. I talked to him over the weekend. So, and we, of course, Seth Knight is with us. He's the head coach at Dunbar. But a lot of close knit folks here, because Seth Knight also was the head coach of Western Hills, the team playing out here tonight, when they had a young man by the name of J.T. Riddle, who was pretty darn good, Mr. Baseball. And
yeah, definitely pretty good. Definitely pretty good. It was a good experience, and my first head coaching job, and very fortunate to the administration down there to give me an opportunity and bring the Western Hills program along, and obviously very fortunate to get to coach a kid like JT. He just set the standard for all the other players on the team, and all the young guys, all these guys that are playing now, got to come up watching him and learn from him and see his work ethic and his drive and where it took him. So, it certainly helped.
There is some blood coming from the nose area of our flack. We don't want to speculate, but he did get hit, a baseball thrown by the catcher right back to the middle and hit his pitcher, our flack, who has 9 home runs this year, as Coach Knight just told us, breaking Riddle's record. So we'll take a break. We'll come back and tell you about the injury to our flack, the outstanding pitcher. 1-0 here in the fourth. The lead is for Madison Southern. They've played it a run here in this fourth. They lead 1-0. We'll be back here on the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week 11th Region Tournament on PrepSpin.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No, you are not White Greer and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White Greer and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White Greer and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
Darren Douglas. I'll finish this inning. Darren will be back with number 5. Runner off and going, swing and a miss, strikes him out, throws it, and it hit the pitcher, I believe. That was the throw Darren Douglas. Second from the catcher, Howard. Number 5, runner off and going, swing and a miss, strikes him. Working on him right now. Out, throws it, and it hit the pitcher, I believe. The ball scoots out toward third. Here's a throw to the plate, and the pitcher, I think, did get hit right square with that throw. He wasn't expecting it. Couldn't get out of the way of it as the catcher was trying to go down to second. And he hit his pitcher, and it looked like 1 out, 1-0 Darren Douglas. I'll finish this inning. Our flank up. Number 5, runner off and going, swing and a miss, strikes him out, throws it, and it hit the pitcher, I believe. The ball scoots out toward third. Barker, the courtesy runner, our Lertley coach, came in to run after that ball went off of our flag.
Yeah, it's good base running. It's it's unfortunate, of course, that you score in that way, but baseball's still live.
Here comes all the Western Hills players to check on their star pitcher. And, of course, we'll give you some scores from a lot of great ball games going on around these regions here in the state of Kentucky in the region play. And, you got almost everybody playing today. Murray beat Carlisle County 12-0. McCracken beat Ballard. Mayfield beat Paducah Tillman 4-3 in the first region. Marshall, looks like our flag's going to stay in the game. Henderson beat University Heights. And big upset. Mayo beat Trinity 3-0 in that region. That was the 7th. And E-Town won 4-3. See if we have any other action in the third region. Meade County and Meade County's got a fine ball club this year, Coach.
They do. They do. A very good ball club.
I think they've only lost. I think they're 26-4. Coached by Todd Clayton, I believe, is the coach there. I don't know if you know Todd. So our flag throwing hard in his warm-ups after getting hit by that throw by the catcher up toward the middle. We are in the top of the fourth, and Southern has a run in. They still have a runner at second base with 1 out.
Yeah, good to see he's okay. Good to see he's going to stay in the game.
So our flag getting some warm-ups. The pitcher for Madison, for Western Hills against Madison Southern.
Pretty tough kid.
Yep, looks like he's throwing pretty well after he got hit by that ball.
Yeah.
1-0 here. Western Hills and Madison Southern. Eagles just plated one.
His father was a general in the military, so I'm sure he gets it honest.
Up there now is Gregory. Gregory, he flew out to center fielder in the second. So runner at second base, one out, a run in. At the dish now is Dalton Gregory for Madison Southern facing our flag. Wind the pitch and swing and a miss. I tell you what, this is two big young men going at it right here. 32, Gregory's a big kid for Southern, and looks like he could play some football. And Arflack, a big young man for Western Hills, about 6'2", 6'3". Looks like he could play some football.
First train of the day coming through.
Here comes the train down the track. And the 0-1 takes a little bit off that pitch, and good block by Jess Howard there behind the dish. We're in the fourth inning, 1-0. Madison Southern had just played it a run as great hustle there by Barker, his courtesy runner for Schaus, came in to score. Wine and ball swung and a miss there by Gregory. I tell you what, takes a lot of toughness to get hit right square in the mouth by a catcher, firing it back to second base, and then come right back out there and throw like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
I'm impressed. Here's the 1-2 to Gregory. One out here in the fourth. Wind the pitch and fouled that one down the first base side, opposite field. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the fourth. I'll take you through this inning, and Darren Douglas will be back with the call of inning number 5. It's our 4th game today. Just call me Iron Man, Mr. Warfield.
Still going strong.
Of course, had a lot of help with you and Coach Knight, Darren Douglas. Can't do it without you guys. D squared. Time called, and of course tomorrow night I'll have the first game, 6 o'clock. It'll be Catholic against Scott County, and then Darren, William Warfield, and Coach and everybody in company will have the second game, Henry Clay against the winner here at 8:30. As I've got a tennis match tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Coach, I got into USTA tennis, started playing, and it's addictive.
Yeah, that's a hard game. It's a hard game. I prefer ping pong myself. It's for lazy tennis players.
I like table tennis.
Yeah.
I like table tennis, yeah. I like it, but 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner out at second base. The Grasshoppers. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. Gregory strikes out for the second out. 2 outs. So the Legends, what are they currently sitting in their division? I thought you were going to give me some better news than that, Mr. Warfield.
Not a stellar season.
Yeah,
season,
not lighting it up, huh? Yep. Call strike on the inside corner to Adams, the catcher. He was a strikeout victim of our flank in the second inning. Gary Ball, Seth Knight, the coach at Dunbar, Darren Douglas, William Warfield. Cast of thousands doing this regional tournament. King of Stream. 0-1, 2 outs. Check of the runner back at second, our flack, and that's going to be a call strike on the outside corner. Yeah, the camera guys didn't make it, but that's still a pretty good shot. Unattended over there.
It's the ghost man.
The ghost videographer, but you know what? It's a pretty good shot.
Hey, looks good to me.
Looks excellent. Folks watching at home, enjoying the broadcast. We had a ton of them watching earlier today. We know that for a fact. Here's the pitch, and just missed as pitcher Arflack, catcher Howard, and half the infield. Bennett, shortstop, half of them were headed to the dugout.
Yeah, I believe they thought that was strike 3. The umpire said otherwise.
That's right. He's the only one that counts.
That's right.
Get back to your position. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, play ball. 1-0 game. Southern has scored here in the top of the 4th to take the lead over Western Hills. Arflack the wind, the pitch, and that's going to be a ball low. I tell you what, this umpiring crew really has, led by the veteran Keith Morgan, have done a terrific job. Oh, it's a whole new group? I mean, then the guys that worked earlier, they bring in a whole new foursome? what is it, the 4 horse of the apocalypse or something going on? What is the deal?
Yeah, I got eight guys. Split them up between the 2 games.
Ball
4
high.
games.
Ball high. So, new crew here. Yeah. Madison Southern out of Richmond and Western Hills out of Frankfort. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You don't want to mess with it, believe me. Didn't you see that movie? The movie about the attack by the Russians, the end of the war. I think Swayze was in it. Here's a 3-2. Ball lofted toward right field. It's going to curve. Right fielder going for it. Does he grab it? Yes, he does. What a diving catch out in right field by Emberton. He dove for that, laid out for it, somehow came up for it. The umpire right out there. That's one of the best catches you'll ever see out of our camera angle, but what a catch out there by Emberton, diving forward toward the line. That's a spectacular play off the bat of Adams. So flying out deep to right field is Adams for the 3rd down, and for Southern they get 1 run. They get 1 hit, and they leave a man on bases. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Madison Southern 1 and Western Hills nothing here on the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week on PrepSpin. We'll be back.
My team is made up of guards and forwards.
Offense and defense.
All working together as a unit.
1 mission, 1 goal.
But no matter how high we're ranked,
no matter what the results,
there's one team we'll never beat.
The sports medicine team at UK Healthcare. The top sports medicine physicians, surgeons, and athletic trainers you'll find anywhere, you'll find here.
When it comes to orthopedic care,
I wouldn't send my team anywhere else.
Hi, I'm Lee, and I'm happy with my smile.
And I'm Other Lee, and I ain't happy with my smile.
I went to White Greer and Maggard, and they fixed my smile for me.
And I never smile, and that's why I'm having some alone time here at dinner.
I love that I can go to White Greer and Maggard with all my questions.
And I love that I don't have to brush my teeth at night.
Don't be like this, me. Go to White Greer and Maggard for a picture-perfect smile.
At Central Bank.
As we go to the bottom of the 4th, it'll be, speaking of Jesse's girl, Jesse Howard will lead off the inning here in the bottom of the 4th to catcher, and he hits it down between, backhanded by the shortstop. Shock throws over the infield, and he just gets him on a close play. Howard trying to beat that out, but close play. What a play by Shock, the shortstop.
Excellent play. Ranged in the 6 hole to a stone hand, made a nice backhand, threw a strike across the diamond.
Brings up Landon Arflack, as you said, Coach. 9 home runs for the big fella. Of course, hit right square in the mouth on that throwback by Howard up toward the second base area. Hit him in the nose, right in the nose, and we saw some blood. Arflack, and then Luke Wheatley on deck for Western Hills. 1-0, Madison Southern leading here in the 4th. Here's the big fella Arflack, and the pitch, and he's going to watch it a little bit low. Coach, how would you pitch Arflack, the big left-handed hitter, if you're an opponent of Schaus?
Well, you got to stay away from him. You got to work your fastball away. Make sure your curveball stays down in the zone.
1 out as Howard grounded out to short. Here's the wind from Schaus, and Arflack swings through that.
If you throw him a fastball in, he will lose it.
Arflack, Landon grounded to Hensley his first time up, 0-for-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. 1 out, 1-0 ball game. Southern on top, as you see the score on the right bottom half of your screen. He hits out, chops it foul. Took a good cut at that and just got a piece of it. Of course, 1 ball, 2 strikes now. 1 run, 1 hit for Southern. No runs, no hits, 1 error for Western Hills. Throwing that throw over to first base was as how Barker came around to score on that wild pitch eventually. 1 out. Here's the pitch to Arflack, and swings and misses. And they're going to have to throw down to first, and they threw, and looks like they just get him. Good play by the catcher. So they throw down. So Arflack strikes out, thrown out by the catcher. 2 outs now.
That foul territory played big for the catcher that time.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the delay. We had our internet connection interrupted. A 2-2 count
internet
now to Moore.
connectivity issue.
Yep.
That's what I like to call it.
Spell that word.
There's a technical term for that.
Yeah, spell.
It dropped. Are you there?
We lost our signal. Yeah. Ball's in the dirt, ball 4. So a leadoff walk to the third baseman, Zach Moore. He becomes a leadoff base runner for the Eagles for the second consecutive inning, Gary. Arflak walks the leadoff man.
Right.
Last inning, it cost him because he came around to score. That was the leadoff man, Easton Schaus, who walked, went to second on the throwing error by Arflak, and then scored on that unusual play when Wolverine catcher Jesse Howard hit his pitcher, Arflak, dead square in the nose. They had a bunt on and look out.
Tell you what, this Howard kid's got an arm. We've seen that tonight, haven't we?
He does. And that's not Colton Cox at first base. That is Colton Cox. And he threw up the glove as he was charging because Robinson had squared the bunt, and it was almost a defensive catch. Save his mug.
1-0. Madison Southern leads here over Western Hills in the 5th.
This one bunted a foul to the right side into the screen. He was the count. Actually, no balls, and should be 0-2 now to Robinson.
Yeah, at least we can see the numbers out on the scoreboard now. This is the only game we've been able to see them.
Have our Napa Prime trivia question coming up. Napa Prime down in Versailles, Gary, and you haven't been down there to eat yet, but highly recommend gourmet burgers. And somebody said, why do you call it Napa Prime? Well, they make most of their burgers, except for their specialty burgers, out of prime rib.
That was some high heat there for Arflak because he strikes out Robinson on a high fastball.
That was not one of us clicking our tongue in our teeth. That was the pop of the mid of Jesse Howard. Strikeout number 9 on the night for Arflak, the big right-hand hurler in the middle of the diamond for the Wolverines. Out number 1, a runner at first. Pitches inside to Joseph Hensley. Hensley struck out looking back in his only plate appearance in the 3rd. We'll give the trivia question here before the end of the top of the 5th inning.
That's right.
We've had a couple of pretty tough ones and an easy one inside to Hensley. 2 balls and no strikes.
On deck is Atkinson, center fielder.
Not a whole lot of guys, except with the exception of the leadoff man, Schaus. Everybody has struck out at least once in this Madison Southern order against Arflak tonight. The only guy who has not struck out, he's put the ball in play once on a fly out to right, and then he walked and scored the game's only run. The opponent on the mound opposite of Arflak, Easton Schaus.
Yeah, and it was Barker, his courtesy run, that actually came in to score that.
Yeah, that's one thing. I wonder how they scored officially for.
I think they give the run to the courtesy run.
They do?
Yeah.
I think so. I think you're right. The 3-0. A get over fastball in the outside corner. Strike took a little bit off of it. 3-1 now.
Nice crowd here, particularly
another really
for the
nice crowd, yeah.
Western Hillside down the first baseline is pretty well capacity.
Madison Southern didn't have a bad crowd either.
They got a nice little crowd down the third base side.
Of course, there's some Hendry Clay folks hanging around to see who they play. Pitch, a breaking pitch, strike, so we go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Battling back from that 3-0 count. You got 1 out here in the 5th inning of a 1-0 ball game. Southern at the dish and with the lead 1-0.
I'm going to give this one's going to be a real tough one, Gary. This one fouled back into the screen.
Yeah, it was probably going to be a little tougher than the one where you said about the district, I believe 41st.
Yeah.
Going to region winning state.
Unless you grew up and were raised under a rock in the last 6 years, you didn't know who that one was.
And they were led by Mr. Jeff Parrott.
Outstanding pitcher in his day here in Lexington, right here at Lafayette High School.
Yep.
Pitch inside, ball 4, and Arflak wanted that one. So 2 on now with 1 out in the inning, and I'll give you our Napa Prime trivia question. There are 3 current coaches that have won over 1,000 games in their career. Actually, 2 are active, 1 is not. Can you name them?
I know them. That's easy.
3 coaches, 2 active, 1 not.
One's
Can you name them?
He is out of Louisville,
Mm-hmm.
and another one's out of just north of here.
Well, relatively the edge of central Kentucky.
Okay.
We'll say.
Yep, okay.
They have the wheel play on at second base, and nothing doing is the runner at second, Moore, had about a 2-step lead. He wouldn't get picked off.
Of course, the Game 7 of the NBA Finals going on tonight with Golden
Probably should be underway by now.
Yep, tipped off. It probably should start. It probably did start by now, didn't it? I know it was a late
it's
game.
after 10. That's probably 10:05, I guess, when tip-off
which would
started.
be 7:05 out there.
Mm-hmm. Pitch out away from Atkinson, who actually walked.
Right. You're right.
Now, Schaus has a listen, we only have 3 numbers up there that are not zeros. Mm-hmm. They all are 1s. The one big one, though, is that run in the run column for the blue and orange clad Madison Southern Eagles.
Yep.
That's the one that matters. As we play here in the top of the 5th, and Arflack now struggling a little bit with his control. He was pinpoint before he got really rocked by his catcher, Jesse Howard. The 2-0 to Atkinson. Swung on, ground ball, second base. Only 1 play will be to first. Scoops is Parker Jackson, the second baseman.
Yep.
And he retires.
That moves the runners over to second and third as Atkinson grounds out to second, but you go to the top of the order here for Schaus, the pitcher, who can really help his cause here with runners at second and third, needing a big 2-out hit here for Madison Southern. They are lead 1-0 here, top of the 5th. Winners earlier, Lexington Catholic 6-5 over a very good Madison Central team, 8-3. Scott County went over Franklin County. There's a pitch low and outside, and then 4-1. Henry Clay knocked off Lafayette just earlier tonight. Here it's 1-0. Southern leading Western Hills runners at second and third, 2 outs here in the 5th.
And you know what, Gary? He can not only help himself. If he just gets a base hit, that puts that second run in. If he hits anything in the gap, both runs will score, and that run at second, that second run could be very, very huge.
First
I think
base
one extra run. I think one extra run is going to be big.
Well, you know what we call it here on the PrepSpin, right Greer Maggard, the Bob Roberts insurance run.
Yep, and you know what? And it's just fundamental to get that run in any way you can. If you're Schaus right now,
I want to thank again all the sponsors that joined us here on the 11th region. Of course, White Greer Maggard, the title sponsor, All Sports in the Fayette Mall, Central Bank, Raising Cane's Chicken, of course, also UK Sports Medicine, Orthopedic Surgery, Whitaker Bank, and, of course, Sutherland Chevrolet, my car dealer down in Nicholasville. Sutherland Chevrolet, don't text and drive.
So 2-0 to Schaus. Fastball in the outside corner, strike, 2-1. Right at the knees. A good 2-0 pitch from Arflack. He was hit his spots, and he's going from the windup now, Gary, after falling behind 2-0 from the stretch. He went to the full windup. The 2-1 to Schaus. Swung on, grounded to the second baseman, Jackson. Scoops and throws to first, and Schaus, doggone, hustling down the line, made that close. But inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors for Western Hills. They left, Madison Central did, 2 runners on. We move to the bottom of the 5th. 1-0 Madison Southern on the White Greer Maggard baseball, high school baseball game of the week, 11th Region's tournament style on PrepSpin.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. every day. No matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
I know we had over.
Move back to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Caught you there.
Yeah, you did. I was just going to say, we appreciate everybody watching today. I know we've had 4 baseball games here from Lafayette. It started at 11 o'clock this morning with a extra inning game between Lexington Catholic and Madison Central. Catholic fought back from a down 3-0, won it 6-5 and 8 over Madison Central. And then Scott County held off Franklin County 8-3. Henry Clay, great performance tonight, 4-1 over Lafayette here. It's 1-0 Southern with Western Hills batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. And up there it should be Etherington.
Yeah, this is Etherington, who struck out his first time up. Easton Schaus going toe-to-toe with Landon Arflack.
Throwing a no-hitter so far.
Yeah, no-hitter. We probably just jinxed him.
Well, you know, you got to say it.
Basketball, or actually the broadcaster jinx. We just gave him baseball style.
Yeah, probably we should have waited till the 6th to say that.
Maybe, or the 7th.
Play 7 innings in high school ball. Unless it's tied, you go to, like we did in the Catholic Central game, you go extra.
1-0 to Etherington is high. 2-0. It might be 3-0.
I tell you what, Etherington's just going to make him throw strikes.
Yeah, and he's got to get on. Yes, we are in the bottom of the 5th, and you got 9 outs left if you're Western Hills, but you want to put the heat on Schaus, who's been in control pretty much throughout. Fastball, strike 3 and 1 or 2-1. It says 2-1 on the board. Yeah. I'm wondering. It is 3-1.
3-1, of course.
To the fish,
only
to the
guy counts as a home plate umpire.
Correct, because sometimes scoreboard operators miss stuff. Foul back. So Schaus has battled back to go full here with the leadoff man for Western Hills in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Etherington, Barton, and Anglin. 6, 7, and 8 for Western Hills.
Yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow night with the final 4.
The 3-2 swung on and fouled right back into the screen. And Schaus got away with one. That one was up. About belt high, and Etherington just fouled it off.
First game at 6 tomorrow night will be Lexington Catholic and Scott County.
Bitter rivals on the gridiron and the basketball.
That has become a good rivalry,
pretty good rivalry
in basketball. You're right, and a pretty good rivalry in football, but they stopped playing a few years ago.
Strikeout number 5 for Easton Schaus is for the second time tonight. He gets Etherington.
And he really battled on that. He fell behind 3 balls, no strikes, and came back and got him on a full count.
And now he deals with Barton, who grounded out to the second baseman Hensley back in the first, 0-1. 0 for 1, and took a breaking pitch on the outside corner. Again, if you missed our Napa Prime trivia question, there are 3 coaches in high school baseball history who have over 1,000 wins. 2 are still active. 1 has retired. So Gary gave you a hint. 1's out of Louisville. 1's out of the central Kentucky area here. And then the third one is from up on the Ohio River, a little bit more west of Louisville. Well, they should have updated this, but actually that's right. But I believe, yeah.
So we did a trivia question and we're wrong.
Actually, you know what? Wrong. They don't have him on this list as having 1,000
Bounder
wins.
over the pitcher. Tough play, and going to beat it out. Good
Infield
job
hit.
there. Martin
Infield
hit a little
hit, yep.
bounder, William, right over the pitcher's mound, and then shortstop fielded, but he had no play. So there's your first base hit. Just when we say no, they break it.
Actually, the guy you're talking about has 900 wins. He got last year, yes, sir. Actually, I'm telling you, this was updated last year.
But the guy from PRP.
Yes. I want the names, though. We
Well,
give
you know,
the
I know
school
his
there.
name, but
we gave you the school.
You don't
so
want me to get. You don't
anybody
want
else,
me to give
yeah.
the name, do you? Well,
No,
people are
not yet,
Googling it
yeah.
now. Head coach baseball, PRP.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty hard.
Yeah. I thought he was getting close, but this was updated 2015 after the state tournament, William, but it was a good call.
Is Jody Hamilton, though, the only head coach that has state champions at 2 different schools?
I could look back and see that.
Multiple schools. He had one at Boyd.
I can
He's
look
got
back
one
and
at
see
West.
that. Yeah, I can look back and see that.
Oh, hell, here going off to second base as that gets over the catcher's head. And going into second base easily will be Barton.
That was a wild pitch officially for Schaus. That thing looked like it hit the front edge of the plate and kicked right over the head of the catcher.
So the tying run down at second here for Western Hills. And here comes a brain trust out of the dugout for Southern.
Schaus may look like he's tiring a little bit, or this might be just a trip to get him back refocused mentally. So I think that's a good question, Gary Ball.
That could be our trivia question tomorrow night, Darren. Listen,
could be.
This is a good one going here, 1-0, and Western Hills threatening to tie this game up here in the bottom of the 5th inning against Madison Southern. They lead 1-0. They've already broken up the no-hitter by Schaus, and now they got a runner out at scoring position at second base. And at the dish is Tyler Anglin, the center fielder, with just 1 out. Anglin struck out back in the 3rd.
And actually,
that ball is hit hard.
Yep. Back is the left fielder. Gone. Home run.
Anglin just tattooed one. Call Spalding because we need another baseball.
And
that one's gone.
Yeah, he hit that one over the left field wall. And evidently the young man is so happy. It might be one of the few home runs or maybe the first home run in his career because he was so excited. Once he rounded first, he fell down. But Tyler Anglin has given the Wolverines a 2-1 lead as they have battled back here in the top of the bottom of the 5th inning with an infield hit with 1 out by Martin, and then the 2-run home run off the bat of Tyler Anglin.
Anglin got every bit of that pitch to left center field. Way over the wall out there.
So Western Hills now with a 2-1 lead and their ace on the mound. And Schaus has to block that out of his mind now and deal with the number 9 hitter, Teddy Emberton, who reached on a walk back in the 3rd inning. So both teams' offenses have been stymied pretty much by the opposing pitchers. 3 runs and 3 hits combined in this one. And Schaus overthrows the 0-2 pitch outside. 1-2 now to Emberton.
We have seen 3 home runs today. William had a call of one earlier, and then we had one in the Scott County game by Hannibach.
Yep. And then Emberton here, this one in the dirt. As Adams comes out and completes the strikeout. Strikeout number 6 for Schaus now. And it brings up the leadoff man and shortstop Thomas Bennett, who's 0 for 1. He struck out leading off the bottom of the 1st inning for Western Hills, then in the 1st, and then in the bottom of the 3rd, he was hit by a pitch and never budged from first base. So 2-run home run here with 1 out in the inning by Tyler Anglin after a 1-out infield single from Barton. Swing and a miss at a breaking pitch from Schaus.
1 run, 1 hit for Southern. 2 runs, 2 hits for Frankfort Western Hills.
And you know what, Gary, we said off the air back actually really early on in game number 1, you and I were talking, is this another pitch on the outside corner, 0-2 to Bennett now. And we were talking that this could be one of the better games of the opening round. We thought it could really be. The 0-2 breaking pitch. Boy, he just missed with that. The ball got away from Adams, 1-2.
You know Southern has played a tough schedule when you play Madison Central,
Twice.
And all the Lexington teams that they've played. I mean, so they play a really good schedule. Western Hills plays a good schedule. They came in 25-9.
Fastball strike on the outside corner. Bennett never took the bat off his shoulder the last couple of pitches. Looks over his left shoulder at the plate umpire, but bat in hand, he goes back to the dugout. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors on Madison Southern, but the big blow of the night so far, a 1-out home run off the bat of Tyler Anglin. Western Hills leads it. Gary Ball with the 6th inning of call here in Lexington on PrepSpin.com.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
My team is made up of guards and forwards,
Offense and defense.
all working together as a unit.
One mission, one goal.
But no matter how high we're ranked,
No matter what the results,
there's one team we'll never beat.
The sports medicine team at UK Healthcare. The top sports medicine physicians, surgeons, and athletic trainers you'll find anywhere, you'll find here.
when it comes to orthopedic care,
I wouldn't send my team anywhere else.
First time tonight, Landon Arflack will be working with a 2-1 lead thanks to Anglin's 2-run shot in the bottom half of the 5th as we move to the top of the 6th. It is Western Hills 2, Madison Southern 1 here. Winner gets Henry Clay tomorrow night at 8:30 for the second Final Four game. The first semifinal game will be a dandy. It will be Lexington Catholic and Scott County. I'll give you the play-by-play of that one along with Darren and William. And then Darren and William will be back with the second ball game tonight. Championship is Wednesday night. We're hoping to get Dom Fusey, the Hall of Famer, to join us Wednesday night on that championship game. But big 2-run shot by England, Darren, and we got a 2-1 ball game. Also broke up. They not only broke up the no-no in that inning, they took the lead 2-1.
Took the lead, and we're talking about Coach Fusey. Not only is a Hall of Famer, but a really good guy, and he did it at 2 different schools. Actually took 2 different schools to the state tournament.
Yep.
Lexington Catholic and Scott County. Tates Creek, not Scott County. Tates Creek had a brain cramp there for a minute.
Alec Rogers and Dalton Gregory here in the 6th for Southern. They now trail for the first time 2-1. Here's the wind and pitch by Arflack. Strike on the inside corner. That looked like a screwball almost coming in there.
Catholic.
Yes.
Or Fusey was before he went to Creek.
Yeah, he was did a great job at Catholic. Was the second coach they ever had there.
And the thing is, guess what? They were actually – a lot of people don't realize, but Fusey was a 2-sport star. And when I say star, he starred at both basketball and baseball.
Ball bounces up there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He's only at LCA.
Arflack to shock the shortstop. He singled his last time up, struck out in the first, 1 for 2. 2 balls, 1 strike here in the 6th, 2-1. Western Hills their first lead of the ball game. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a call strike on the outside corner.
William, do we have anybody trying to answer our trivia question yet?
Kanisha's been all over tonight.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, Kanisha, we appreciate you. She's been I think she's answered about every trivia question all day, hasn't she?
She got the one correct about Henry Clay, didn't she?
Well, she's been here all 4 games for us, too, Gary. So, Kanisha, we appreciate you out there watching. So
she likes her 11th region baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the 6th inning. Arflack checks in to Jesse Howard, his catcher. Big right-hander rocks and fires, and outside, curved outside. Full count now to Schacht, the number 2 hitter with Alec Rogers on deck for Madison Southern out of Berea, Kentucky. Damian Harris, of course, on the gridiron last year. And that's going to be called strike 3. Now playing in Alabama.
That's actually Etherington on the mound now for.
So Etherington has come in there, hadn't he? The big fella, number 34.
35, yeah.
59-58 in the 3rd quarter with Roman State and OKC.
So Etherington pitching now for Western Hills.
It's a lower scoring ball game than I thought it would be in the third.
Cubs beat the Dodgers today.
I'll tell you what, Etherington and Arflack, very similar in the way they pitch.
Both about the same size.
Here's the 0-1 coming to Rogers with one out. Etherington wind the pitch, and that's going to be a strike on the outside corner to Rogers. He struck out in the first, and out in the fourth, he's 0 for 2.
And you know, and watch Etherington, just like Arflack, they're very careful with their turn on the right foot, and then the high leg kick, and then they explode towards the plate.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the sixth. 2-1 ball game. Western Hills.
William, did Kanisha get any right on the trivia question there? No.
Ball chopped off the plate. Catcher's going to grab it, throw to first, and it's bobbled there, but safe at first base.
That's Arflack now over
Arflack
first
down
base.
He's moved to first, exactly, and he had it there for a second, but he dropped it. And
well, I tell you, the throw was low, but you might have seen the motion as he came into your screen there a little bit. He was shaking the baseball like this. Evidently, Howard maybe threw a knuckleball over there. He was kind of moving on Arflack a little bit.
So runner is safe at first. Rogers, represents a tied run here in the top of the sixth against Western Hills. The winner will play very, very good ball club Henry Clay tomorrow night at 8:30 in the Final Four. Gregory up there now. He flew out to center field, struck out in the fourth, 0 for 2. Right-handed hitter. First baseman for Madison Southern. We are in the sixth inning. It's been a full day of baseball, Darren and William.
It has.
When we say full day of baseball, we've been on the air since 11 o'clock this morning with 4 big regional games.
They've all, in their own way, we've seen really strange things in every game. We've seen a whole lot of runners picked off.
Fire down to first, back in plenty of time is Rogers. One out, Shock led off striking out against Etherington, who came in relief of Arflack here in the sixth, 2-1 ball game. Western Hills on top. Pitch to Gregory, good block by the catcher, just Howard kid, and Coach Knight, who did the ball game earlier and sat in tonight a few innings, said this Howard kid's probably the best catcher in the region. Hard to argue with that after watching him.
Well, he's very quiet. He's a tall kid, about 6'1", 6'2", but he's very quiet behind the plate with no runners on, which for a pitcher is very very good, very nice to know that your catcher's going to sit back there, not be moving too much, distracting you or causing you to lose focus on the target.
That's a call strike. Three balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Here in the sixth inning, Western Hills 2, Southern 1. Gary Ball, William Warfield, and Darren Douglas. That pitch is ball 4 inside. So Rogers gets on the squibber out in front of the plate on the drop by Arflack at first, and then he walks Gregory. So Gregory's at first now on the base on balls, and Rogers heads down to second base. And now you got the tying run in scoring position. Here comes the Brain Trust pitching coach for Western Hills.
Well, right now, Etherington's aiming the ball. In other words, he's trying to place it with more body language stuff instead of just letting it rip. Let's go ahead and throw it. And that's what Arflack was doing so good. And that's also what Schaus has been doing very well. Of course, Schaus has been doing it with more location and change of speed and changing the eye level of the hitters. Arflack has been changing the eye level of the hitters with his fastball and his breaking pitch, but everything he's thrown has been hard. Even his breaking pitch is hard. There hadn't been a real big difference between his breaking pitch and his fastball. So Etherington right now got himself in a little bit of a jam here with 1 out, and that tying run at second base. And if you're Western Hills, you want to put a stop to it right here.
If you want to follow PrepSpin, go to @PrepSpin. If you want to follow William on Twitter, if you want to follow me, go to @SCH_ball reports. What's your Twitter, Darren? I know
Darren Douglas 2.
So that's our Twitter handles.
I even knew how to spell my name and everything.
Pitch lofted toward the right side, and second baseman making a run for it, dives for it. Ball is everybody's safe. Here goes the throw to second, and they get him out on the throw to second on a great throw. What a super play out there by
the right fielder.
Yeah, was that
that's
Emberton out there?
Yeah, that's Emberton. Nice throw. He didn't give up on it. Great effort by the second baseman, Parker Jackson. He went a long way. Again, he was at double play depth, which takes him not only towards the second base bag, but brings him in about halfway from the back cut of the grass of the dirt part of the infield. And he had to go a long way. That thing was almost hit right down the line.
So that's a base hit, right?
Mm-hmm. And the first baseman was in on the cutout part of the grass, and he couldn't get back there to it. So it was either Emberton or Jackson, and Jackson had the best chance of getting to it more so than the right fielder, Emberton.
And Brock has come in to run for Adams at first. Got a runner down at third. And there's going to be a strike to.
Reminds me, you have 7 ways to score from third right now, Gary,
yes,
if there was less than 2 outs.
Wild pitch, pass ball, a single. That's a few other ways.
A double, triple, or home run.
Breaking ball just missed outside as Etherington has come in relief here in this 6th for Arflack, who moved to first base. Got the tying run down at third base for Southern here, batting in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. At the dish is Moore. Here's the pitch to Moore, and he fouls it down the first base side into the dugout. Big Zach Moore, the third baseman, struck out in the 2nd. Base on balls in the 5th.
I tell you what, Gary, we've seen a lot of balls fouled down that right field line. That one, that young man from Madison Central in the first game, he hit the top part, that red part of the dugout for Lafayette. And Coach Roof and them never budged. But that ball was smoked.
Ball lofted toward the right side. Second baseman Jackson goes back, makes a grab at shallow right field off the bat of Moore. So no runs. They get a hit to leave 2 men on base. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, it's Western Hills 2, Madison Southern 1 here on PrepSpin. Gary Ball with Darren Douglas and William Warfield. Thanks to Seth Knight, the coach at Dunbar, for joining us the last 2 ball games. We'll be back here on the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week on PrepSpin.
I am Lee, and I'm happy with my smile.
And I'm Other Lee, and I ain't happy with my smile.
I went to White Greer and Maggard, and they fixed my smile for me.
And I never smile, and that's why I'm having some alone time here at dinner.
I love that I can go to White Greer and Maggard with all my questions.
And I love that I don't have to brush my teeth at night.
Don't be like this, me. Go to White Greer and Maggard for a picture-perfect smile.
At Central Bank, we like to call ourselves your friendly neighborhood financial experts because we get to help an entire community of customers achieve their financial dreams. So whether you're opening a checking account or buying your first home, you've got a team of local experts to coach you all the way.
Wow.
See what 70 years of experience can do for your financial future with Central Bank.
How many times are you going to drive off with those things?
Official bank of UK Athletics.
Folks, this is Gary.
Back with the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Jackson, Howard, and Arflack here in the bottom of the 6th. And that pitch from Schaus, breaking ball, called strike on the outside corner. The ball's 1 strike to Jackson with Howard, the catcher, on deck here for Western Hills, leading 2-1 batting here in the bottom of the 6th. Time called at the plate.
Gary, we have a final score from the 12th region, the last game of the night. Somerset 4-0 over Danville. So those matchups tomorrow. West Jessamine, Wayne County in game 1 at 5:30, and at 8 o'clock, Southwestern and Somerset.
Be a good Final Four in that one, just like here with Scott County playing Lexington Catholic at 6, and then after that, Henry Clay, the winner here.
You know, I love talking about nicknames and stuff. Favorite names of stadiums and basketball arenas for Southwestern. The Reservation is their football stadium. The TP is their gymnasium down there.
Those are excellent.
Those are, aren't they?
I like them. 2 balls, 1 strike here to leadoff hitter Jackson in the bottom of the 6th, and foul ball back to the screen. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, that gets us into a whole realm of things, which makes me mad. You ask anybody about it, it's not the American Indian who is upset with those nicknames. You know, it's everybody else.
You mean the Native Americans?
The Native Americans, and I've got, my dad is actually 0.75% of that. So, you know, I love nicknames, and we'll go from there. So we'll just say that.
Well, our mascot where I went to high school looked like Mr. Magoo with a big hat on.
I was actually thinking with the hairstyle he had up, he looked like the president that had that wild hairstyle back in the day.
Money station, you've done it again.
That's a trivia question. Who was the voice of Mr. Magoo?
No clue.
He played Thurston Howell III on Gilligan's Island. Jim Backus.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Talk about useless information.
You can tell we're getting tired.
You have just filled up this room with useless information.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-1 ball game. Western Hills batting. Bottom of the 6th here. 4th game today. Fastball high. Ball.
Gary, we have a semi-upset down in Region 1. The final spot in the Final 4 down there. Carlisle County 1-0 over Graves.
Knocking Graves out of the tournament. We already mentioned Mail knocked off Trinity.
That's probably the biggest upset of the day. Outside of maybe Wayne County over Boyle. I don't know how good Wayne County was.
I tell you, that was a good at-bat there by Jackson. He was behind on the count, fought back and drew the base on balls. Jackson now is down at first base for Western Hills here in the bottom of the 6th, and that brings up Jesse Howard to catcher. Base on balls thrown out in the 1st, grounded to short in the 4th. Did Mr. Howard with our flank. First baseman now from the mound at first base now in the on-deck circle.
Christian County over Webster County in Region 2, 2-0. That's the final spot in the semifinals in that region.
Of course, you already mentioned that Beechwood knocked off Newport Catholic.
Yeah, that was a big win for Beechwood. You said the Tigers are the favorite.
Yeah, they're the favorite. They won the All-A championship.
Which is amazing because you got Covcath, Newport Catholic, Ryle in that
region,
which makes it tough. And Covcath has come out of there the last several years. I think actually the last 3 years after Newport Catholic made a 3-year run from 2010 to 2012.
Ball hit hard. Shortstop off his glove. Be a base hit off the bat of Howard. Went off the glove of the shortstop. So Jackson goes to second. Base hit by Howard. He goes to first for Western Hills. So they're trying to get some Bob Roberts insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th, leading 2-1 over Madison Southern.
Third region, the final spot in the semifinals, Davis County over Muhlenberg County 5-0. That's actually fast pitch softball. How does it keep going back? Boy, my phone is it's gotten possessed all of a sudden on us, Gary.
Manson must have got a hold of
it. Maybe. Or
our flag up there now from the left side, runners at first and second.
My buddies would say it's me.
Here's a throw down to third. They may have him, and they tag Jackson out at third on a terrific throw there by Adams. 1 out. Not sure what.
That was a big insurance run, too, with the meteor order coming up right through here, with especially in scoring position with the guy at the plate right now.
Is that Wandale Robinson running down
no,
there,
that was
Parker, no, I'm talking about at first.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Parker Jackson that was nailed at third on that throw. Here's a throw over there, Robinson back, but as you said, he can fly.
Yeah, he might have had one of those might have heard one of the supporters of Western Hills below us saying, "What are we doing here?"
So 1 out. 1 out. Our flag. 1 ball, no strikes. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the Schaus pitch, high, and there will go Robinson. He'll scamper down to second with that speed, and so you got a runner down in scoring position now, Wandale Robinson for Western Hills, and catcher Adams will go out and talk to his pitcher Schaus.
Well, now our flag's job is to get the ball to the right side of the infield. get the runner to third, where one of those 7 different ways can get him in. Fourth region, last matchup of the night. Franklin Simpson in 8 innings. Must have been a 3-run walk-off home run for Franklin Simpson. 6-3 over Allen County, Scottsville in the fourth region.
Runner out at second, 2-0 count, 1 out. Pitch high and tight, nearly hit our flag. Nearly grazed me, jumped out of the way of the ball there. We're in the bottom of the 6th. 3 balls, no strikes to our flag. They may be just intentionally walking our flag, if you know what I mean, Darren, to get a double play ball situation with 1 out.
Boy, a dandy game in the 5th region to finish up the semifinal bracket. Greene County 6, Taylor County 5.
Strike on the outside corner to our flag with Luke Wheatley, the third baseman, on deck for Western Hills. Western Hills came into this region with a sterling record of 25-9. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 ball game. Western Hills leading a good Southern team.
I don't think that Western Hills has had a 20-win season
since our boy
since
Knight was over there.
Well, maybe with JT Riddle his senior year.
Yeah, they won that many that year. Seth will clear that up for us. If you're listening, Coach Knight, how many wins did you have JT's senior year? I think it was 22 or 3, if I recall.
North Bullet in the
3-1 to our flag, missing ball 4. So he does put our flag on.
Maybe. 6th region, Gary, the final spot in the 11-3 or that semifinal bracket. North Bullet over Fairdale, 8-6.
So Wheatley at the plate, the right-handed hitter. Robinson's out at second, and our flag just walked. He's down at first. 2-1 ball game. 2 runs, 3 hits for Hills, and Western Hills 1-1, 1 hit. Here's a throw over to first, and back in plenty of time.
7th region, Ballard over Wagner, 6-0. Oh, by the way, you get St. X in the semis.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll be a dandy matchup there in the 7th region.
And didn't PRP beat somebody 16-0 or something?
I think so. St. X beat Central 17-0. I know.
17-0, yeah.
So
you don't usually get that many blowouts in regional play.
No.
We've had some great
sometimes
ones here.
You have some matchups like that, and sometimes just snowball effect too.
Probably
in
the
games.
best matchup in the state was right here tonight this morning when Lexington Catholic, number 8 in the state, took on Richmond Madison Central, number 4 in the state, in the opening game.
Yeah, well, historically, maybe Trinity, from the historical factor, could have been as good a matchup as the one we had here today. Maybe the best game outcome and the way it was decided was right here.
Yeah,
game number 1.
6-5 in extra innings by Catholic, who trailed 3-0 going into the 4th inning, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scott County 8-3 over Franklin County. Henry Clay held off Lafayette 4-1. Here it's 2-1. Western Hills, and they're threatening to add some Bob Roberts insurance runs here in the bottom of the 6th. Runners at first and second. Our flag walks at first. And Howard singled, and his courtesy runner Robinson stole second. He's down at second base with 1 out.
8th region, Oldham County victorious 6-0 over Collins to solidify that semifinal bracket in that region.
1-0 to Wheatley. And I tell you what, I don't know how many pitches that Easton Schaus has thrown, but he looks like he's getting a little tired out there.
A little tired.
Yep. Threw that one in the ground. 2 balls and no strikes to Luke Wheatley.
Wow. Highland 7, Cove Cath nothing.
So Colonel's out of it.
So
I don't think my high school even made the regional, did they?
No, sir. No, sir.
Didn't even qualify.
No, sir. Of course, you got
Ball
25
pulled down
schools
toward
in that
third,
county.
fielded, touches the bag, fires over to first, but off the mark they won't get him, but he does get Robinson to knock down a lead runner. Great play down there at third base.
By Moore.
Good
play by Moore, but an even better play over at first by Gregory.
That's right.
Because if he doesn't knock that errant throw down and keep it in front of him, our flag comes around to score a huge, critical insurance run there to go in the top of the 7th. A 2-run lead looks huge in the last inning of play, more so than it does a 1-run lead.
Yeah, 2 outs now, still runners at first and second, and pitcher Logan Etherington, who came in to pitch in the last inning, is up there now batting in the bottom of the 6th with the Wolverines leading the Madison Southern Ball Club. They are the Eagles out of Berea, Kentucky, and it's 2-1 right now.
You know, we're waiting on the 13th region semifinals to be filled between Middlesboro and Clay County. That game started supposedly at 6:30 tonight. Very late reported score from down there in the southeastern
baseball,
part.
you know, they got the Kentucky Scoreboard Show that I co-hosted. Well, I hosted with Lewis for 3 years on the statewide. They don't have a scoreboard for baseball. They only do it for football and basketball.
Yeah.
Baseball is
much
beloved in this state. Ball outside and heading to third. Into third base now. Runner going into second base. So Wheatley went to second. Harflack to third. There are 2 outs. 2-1 ball game. Western Hills, I'll finish this inning, and Darren Douglas will complete it here in the 7th inning.
14th
He has
region.
the capabilities.
Yes. Even a blind squirrel can get that one home.
You definitely can handle
Estill
it.
County 11, Breathitt County nothing to get into the 14th region semifinals. Gary, a couple more regions to go, and we'll let you know.
Swing and a miss.
Foghorn Leghorn. I don't know, but Foghorn Leghorn was the guy you were talking about. The Rooster. Well, we're showing our age, guys.
Yeah,
we
we've
come up with guys
already
like that.
talked about Mr. Magoo.
Yeah. Gilligan's Island.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and fouled it out of play off the bat of Etherington. So Schaus trying to get out of this 2-1 ball game and see if his ball club can get something going in the top half of the last inning, the 7th here. Earlier today, Catholic won in extra innings, 6-5 over very talented Madison Central team. Scott County won 8-3. Henry Clay won 4-1 here. It's Western Hills 2. Madison Southern 1, but Western Hills threatening with runners at first and second. 2 outs here against Easton Schaus. And he throws that one. That one got away from him. Didn't break at all.
Actually, it looked like the changeup that came out of his hand again. It looked like the circle change that got out of his hand. Gary, how about this matchup in the 15th region in the semifinal game tomorrow night? Lawrence County and Pikeville. That'd be a dandy. That would be a good one.
Baseball. Lawrence County's a good baseball
Yes, sir.
team. And
Pikeville's been there the last couple of years.
They love their baseball
Yes,
in
sir.
Pikeville. It's going to be a really good state tournament. Get out and enjoy those state tournament games at Whitaker Bank Ballpark.
I agree. We got one more region to go, Gary, and we'll give you that score.
Thank you for all those updates, Mr. Darren.
No, that's all right. And actually, I'll tell you what, I got a text message from a buddy of mine. He said, you forgot softball in the 11th region. We'll run them down again real quick.
Pitch
In just a
outside,
moment.
full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch was outside to Etherington. He's looking for ball 4 here, but 3-2, 2 outs. Runners at first and second.
Did you see the major leaguer the other day threw his bat away, thought it was ball 4, and it was only ball 2? Talking about a kangaroo court, you will get fined majorly in your own clubhouse for that.
Talk about losing the count.
Yeah, buddy.
Here's a 3-2, and strike 3 rings him up. Schaus with a good pitch. Strikes out Etherington to end that 6th. And for Western Hills, no runs. They leave 2 men on base. They get 2 hits as we go to the 7th. It's Western Hills 2 and Madison Southern 1. We come back. Darren Douglas with the call here on the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week on PrepSpin.
Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
The few, the proud, the Marines.
It'll be Chase Robinson, Joseph Hensley, and Michael Atkinson to face Etherington here in the top half of the 7th inning. And Etherington gets the slow ground ball back to the mound to retire Chase Robinson. So 1 gone. And Gary, you know what? The toughest out that Sandy Koufax always used to say to get out in a 1-run ball game in the last inning.
The last out.
Was the first out.
First out.
Always the toughest out. He always thought the last out he thought was easier. Fly ball, right field. Emberton on the run, 2 gone.
So 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Now, I would be interested to see, we can go look back about the last 10 years and see when the last time Western Hills had won a region tournament game.
Well, Coach Knight would certainly know that.
Probably.
Being a coach over there.
He's got your number. Text us.
He'll be back
Coach
with us
Knight, if you
tomorrow night.
If you hear us right now, if not, we'll ask him tomorrow night when he gets here.
So Western Hills 1 out away from going to the Final Four tomorrow night, taking on Henry Clay.
Michael Atkinson, the last-ditch effort for the Eagles. He is 0 for 3 of the 4 games in the 11th region called strike, a ball and 2 strikes in the 11th region tournament. All 7-0 victories for Madison Central over Lafayette, Woodford County over Henry Clay. It was Scott County over, can't remember who they played there, outside a ball. And then over Lexington Catholic, I believe it was. I'm not sure for Scott
Dunbar
County.
lost
Then
today.
Dunbar lost to Madison Southern, the Lady Eagles softball team, a 6-3 victor over Paul Lawrence Dunbar. This one fouled out of play down the left field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This
to
has
Atkinson.
been an outstanding high school baseball game.
It
You and I
has
thought
been.
this would be a good one. It's been as good as advertised. Catholic a winner today over Central. Scott County a winner over Franklin County, and Henry Clay a winner over Lafayette. And here Western Hills trying to get the win over Madison Southern.
This one lifted in the air to the left side. Bennett, the right shortstop, goes out, makes a nice catch. Ball game over. Western Hills knocks off Madison Southern by a score of 2-1. The big blow belonged to Tyler Anglin.
Great catch by Bennett there.
Yep. For the Western Hills Wolverines, who scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yep, and they held up.
They got an infield single with 1 out, and then Anglin followed 2 pitches later with a 2-run blast over the left field wall. And Etherington came in to close it for Arflack, and Western Hills knocks off Madison Southern 2-1.
We saw 3 home runs today in the 4 games.
Yeah.
We saw 3 home runs, and they
The
were
only
all,
game
they were
that
all
wasn't.
huge.
The only game was the ones that all the big sticks supposedly belonged to, Lexington Catholic and Madison Central. That was the only game that didn't provide a home run for us.
Yeah, so big victory here for Western Hills, 2-1 as they knock off Madison Southern, and a great job, everybody. William Warfield, Coach Seth Knight, Darren Douglas, and the final score was 2-1 Western Hills. So that sets up, Darren, our Final Four tomorrow night.
Yeah, we were just talking about, we haven't heard this song all night or all day today, and finally when the game's over, they played Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline. They play it as everybody's leaving the stadium.
So we're going to sign off here, but the final scores from all the games today: 6-5 Catholic. They knock off Madison Central
in 8
in extra innings and 8 innings, and the second ball game 8-3 Scott County over Franklin County, 4-1 Henry Clay over Lafayette, and here just concluded 2-1 Western Hills. Our Final Four at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Lexington Catholic will take on a very good Scott County team at 6, and at 8:30 it will be Western Hills battling Henry Clay. So it should be a great Final Four tomorrow night, Darren, and we'll have all the action right here on PrepSpin.
You know, and I tell you what, we really thank all our viewers.
Yes.
You can't say listeners. You and I are old radio guys, so even though this internet thing's been around for a while now, we still get in the habit of saying listeners. But listeners and viewers, because it's been really good. So, hey,
we'll wrap it up.
But I tell you what, great working with you guys again. This is what high school sports is all about.
Yeah, and great games today. As we said, the Final Four starts at 6 tomorrow night. Scott County will take on Lexington Catholic. After that, it will be Western Hills and Henry Clay. For William Warfield, for Coach Seth Knight at Dunbar, for Darren Douglas, this is Gary Ball saying so long from the 11th Region Tournament. Join us for the Final Four tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. The White Greer Maggard Game of the Week on PrepSpin.